Yes, all of us are very much sure that IVF-ICSI is an advanced treatment couple. So how can we maximize the results for these IVF undergoing or ICSI undergoing couples is the most important transfer technique called embryo transfer. So to optimize the results in embryo transfer, it is very essential for the patient to understand what embryo transfer means, what is she expected to do in the embryo transfer technique, and what the technique really is, how it is being done, how cooperative she is expected to be in this technique, and how the physician is going to transfer the embryos. So it is very easy for a counselor or a treating consultant to tell the patient that they are going to transfer the embryos and she has to be cooperative. But it is very difficult to anticipate for the consultant as to which patient is going to be anxious during the procedure technique, who is going to be non-cooperative, and who is going to have a difficulty in the embryo transfer. To minimize all these difficulties and to maximize our result in embryo transfer, it is very essential to do a mock transfer prior to the real embryo transfer, and we at ARC International Fertility and Research Center do it as a routine to make our patients understand and cooperate. So what we do at ARC is we first call the patient, counsel them what the embryo transfer technique is, how it is going to be done, whether sedation will be given or not given, or whether they are demanding a sedation or not, how cooperative they have to be, so on and so forth. So first we advise them to be on a light diet 2 to 3 days prior to the embryo transfer technique, so that they do not have any bowel disturbance and we do not have any distended bowels visualized in the ultrasound. Following this, on the day of embryo transfer, we advise them to be normal, to be relaxed, not to have stress, to have low anxiety levels, and to be very friendly and cooperative during the procedure. We ask them to drink water and hold urine to fill in the bladder, and to walk into the IVF hall, the operation theatre room where the embryo transfer is being done, when they feel the bladder is partially filled. We tell them not to overfill the bladder, as it can change the position of the uterus and make it retroverted, or underfill the bladder, so that if they have an anteverted uterus, the correction might not happen. So we call them when it is partially filled. We put them in lithotomy position. So when we put them in lithotomy position, there are many patients who complain to us that they are finding the position quite uncomfortable. So we make them understand it is required to have their hips little extended, so that it would be convenient for us to fix the speculum and do the transfer technique without difficulty. So, and many of them, when they come for the real transfer, we will be finding them too anxious, and few patients are also like drowsy and giddy because they know that it is going to be the climax and it is the important event that is going to turn their life. So they try to overreact during such stressful situations. So when this procedure is done prior, when they are exposed to the real transfer, they seem to be very cooperative and relaxed. So after the lithotomy position, we clean drape their private parts, and then there is a sonologist who shows us the position of the uterus. So we show the same to the patient. We make them understand how their uterus is looking in the scan, where the endometrium is, and where the placement of the embryos are going to happen. After this, we fix the speculum, clean the cervix from all the mucus secretions and discharges, and then the embryologist loads the air column in the catheter and they bring it to us with the outer and the inner catheter. We clinicians fix the outer catheter at the level of the internal os and slowly negotiate the inner catheter and show them as to how the inner catheter is being negotiated, and we place the air column exactly at the place where the embryo transfer has to be done, and show them the air column and make them understand that in the real transfer the air column will be placed above and below the embryo, and this is how it will look for them even after the real transfer. So when we do the whole procedure once for them in real and show them, they are very much clear as to how the embryo transfer procedure on the real day is going to be. what kind of cooperation we are expecting from them, how they have to be free from all their anxiety, stress, depression, how cooperative they have to be with us, what their clinician is going to do, and what is the role of the embryologist, what is the role of the staff nurse, everything in toto. And they seem to be highly cooperative on the day of the real transfer, and by this we at ARC Fertility and Research Center hike our results during the real transfer. And this technique is being failed to be done at various IVF center, failing which the patient turns to be non-cooperative or the procedure turns to be difficult. See, few patients might have a very stenotic cervix wherein it becomes very difficult to pass the catheter. So the consultant also doesn't anticipate that it might be a stenotic cervix, and they do not take the necessary actions prior to the real embryo transfer and land up with a very difficult transfer, following which the results are always negative. So it is always very essential to optimize our results to give the best outcome to the couple who have been taking lots of difficulties to undergo this treatment and who have trusted us a lot. So this procedure is definitely essential, helpful, and very much rewarding to those patients who are planning to undergo an IVF and ICSI treatment. Thank you.